Welcome everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our paint through video for the Leviathan miniature as a part of the Joan of Arc Apocalypse expansion. You can see it's a massive mini. It's a three-headed lion. It's got sort of tentacle whiskers and it's got a serpentine tail. Pretty fantastic. But this will be one of the minis that goes in the campaign we're playing from the Apocalypse game set. So we just finished up the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and then Leviathan will be coming up in the Battle of Armageddon. So I want to get this one painted up before we get there. A couple of ideas here. You can see that there's this kind of reference art on the cover of the rule book, but there's a beautiful painting inside here. And it's got this kind of black, blue, and a glowing green kind of color palette. And I was thinking to maybe airbrush some of this. So this looks like airbrush stuff to me. See this green color? I had done some paintings of like an Evangelion using a skull color airbrush paint, and I've got this green that I think is a perfect match for that. So I've got my black flat prime in the shaker can, and then I'm going to try to put together. This is a green flow here. This is perfect for that color. I'm going to try to make that blue tint on the top, but then I've also got a Tamiya paint, a metallic blue that kind of matches that pretty closely. So maybe I'll make a mix of that for the airbrush. I'm going to experiment a little bit as I go along. So yeah, just getting this primed up. First, you can just take a look at the model. It's got a very rough surface on it, so it's I want to get a prime coat on this. Because it's a very rough model, I'm not so concerned with dust and things like this on it. But one thing that I do have to do is get the undercarriage of it. So I should have done that first, but no worries. I think that the rough nature of the model, the surface is fairly fine. So I'm just getting the undercarriage on that. So one of the effects I like on this model is the blue top coloring only goes so far, and then the black shadows are underneath it, so it helps to highlight the glowing green of the mouth and the blue highlights on the top. So getting that black undercoat really helps to for the composition of that blue gray and make the green pop. Okay, so we've got this off from spraying. Next up, we're gonna do, yeah, it looks awesome with the black, and you can see how I got that matted down a bit using the flat black on the top. Next up, we're going to use this skull color flow, green flow. I think that's a perfect match for that. And like I mentioned, I'll probably do some brushing of it, mix it with some white. And then I'm really thinking of, I'm going to try to do the experiment with the metallic blue. Get that to be sprayed on the top. I might mix in a couple of those colors to pull that off and get the top coat sprayed, and then probably brush in again some lighter colors. You can see that there's a blue and whitish light blue highlight there. So back to the spray. Got the I've got the green flow. I was having a little bit of trouble with my airbrush. I had to replace the needle. It's a little bit bent, so I've got a clean needle in here, getting that airbrushed in. And I have it very narrow here, so it takes a bit of work to aim it. But I'm also going for a little bit of overspray to have that kind of a diffused light from the mouth to kind of make it glow around the black. And then I can I can brush around some flat black around the areas. For example, maybe the eyebrows might get oversprayed, but then I could just go back and hit those with black, and then leave some green glow around the mouth and around the eyes, and then sort of shape that. Because when a light source would glow, it would also cast some light around it. So going for that. You can see it in the painting, the way that those really glow. And then maybe brush in some white mixed in with this flow green to get some really light colors in there. So you can see the first hit of it here. Just going to go back and hit it with a second coat. Hit the eyes. Again, hitting the eyes. Just getting a little bit of directing it pretty fine into the eye socket with a little overspray, and then I could go back and clean up the eyes with a black brush. I'm also going to hit the tail with the green color, the serpentine tail's mouth with the green color. I thought that would be cool. It's not really, I don't believe it's on the box art, but I'm just going with that. I was trying to get the spray into the mouth to try to get that glow from inside, but pretty tough to do that. So yeah, so I decided to go with the the metallic blue, and I mixed up a solution here. I've got a bit of the skull color blue in there as well as the purple, but now I'm really finding here the issue is I've got a dark color with a dark matte, so I'm gonna probably just get a quick coat of this on, and I'm gonna have to do some dry brushing with maybe mixing this with a bit of white to lighten it up. So here I'm doing that. I've got some brush work going on, just trying to get the top coat. And again, I'm just top coating this in the sense of only where the light hits do we get this blue reflection. I'm leaving the underneath of the model totally black still, so it kind of gives that contrast there. Yeah, so and then mixing in a bit of white with some of this skull color green. I am noticing that this skull color green really is, I'm trying to use it's very thin, first of all, because it's for airbrush. And then mixing it with the white, you have to use quite a bit to get the green color. So now I'm highlighting the tongues, maybe even the teeth with the whiter version of green to give it that glowing look. And I'm kind of liking how this will come out. I'll give you guys a quick shot of it in a second here. Yeah, so here you see how the overspray works, and with the green and white, it really pops, right? So, I got to get the white teeth on the serpent tail, but yeah, I'm really liking how this looks. Again, this blue paint is coming off pretty glossy. I'm wondering if I should hit it with a matte clear coat. I'm not sure if I'll leave it clear coat or not. Maybe I can touch that up next time. But yeah, I kind of like how this is coming out. I'm hitting the teeth a second coat, trying to make that light shine to the back of the mouth, kind of like that Godzilla flame, in the Godzilla movies when he activates, or even House of the Dragon when the dragon's about to breathe fire. You see the flame glow inside the mouth, right? So that kind of like prep mode. It's like right before he breathes fire. So let's just fly in here and take a look at the Mini on the workbench. You can see the eyes are glowing. I did that black touch up on the face here, so you can see I kept a little bit of the glowing light around the rim, but right, I kept a little bit of that glowing light, but I hit the black again on the nose and on some of the front cheeks, so you can get that contrast between the black face. It kind of has the idea of almost like charcoal, with instead of a glowing red ember, it's a glowing green ember inside. So that's the effect I kind of went for. And then I might take another look at this, and I might do some Nuln Oil, or I've got a blue wash that I might do between the mane. I'm gonna rest on it, but I won't do it this round. But before we get it on the tabletop, there may be some mods to this that I'll do again. So just one more coat on the light whites here, getting the tail teeth done. I put eyes on the tail. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be blind, so I just kind of dabbed in some tiny eyes on that. I thought it could be a blind tail, but to tell you the truth, I had to break out the magnifier to see that. So you can see here the tail's got the green mouth, the black noses, and the eyes are really glowing now, and you can see the teeth in the mouth are quite glowing, and there's a bit of overspray, so it has that radiating glow look. So I'm kind of happy how this came out. I left the cheeks a matte, and I have the nose kind of glossy for now. I might hit the whole thing with a matte clear coat. See how that looks. It might look cooler. From the artwork, it does seem pretty matte. So what do you guys think? Ready for tabletop? I'm going to, if you guys can like and subscribe, you can get ring the bell. You'll get notified when we get this in gameplay. Thanks a lot for watching, and go check out our other paint through videos if you're interested. And we'll see you out on the game board when we play Joan of Arc apocalypse Leviathan scenario. Thanks for watching as usual, and bye-bye.